Hey everyone, welcome to another Haze Reverb update video, and this week we have another version of Skadi being released, which is going to be Witch Skadi, because you cannot have enough versions of Skadi apparently. But yes, she is not limited, thankfully. So once her banner ends, she will go to the standard banner, and you could use, you can save up your common tickets and use it on the custom banner and select her and one other unit that you might want, and then do that if you so desire. Now, going over her skill kit, she seems to be a crusade raid unit more so than a PvP unit, in my opinion. So she has anti-dodge, and with all these like additional like attacks that she does at certain thresholds of her own HP, I feel like she most likely will become possibly the strongest anti-dodge DPS alongside Pressure, right? So Pressure will be the mark unit, and then I think Skadi is most likely going to be the finishing unit, right? So instead of Valentine Chalissa, you'll use Skadi instead. However, it will depend on how she compares to Belina, and then also depends on the boss, whether Belina can be used on the boss or not. Well, who knows, right? But I think she has the most potential to be the highest single target DPS for anti-dodge. And yeah, and additionally, with her kit, she sacrifices some of her HP to attack, so similar to the normal Skadi, and she cannot kill herself, right? So she'll be reduced to a maximum, well, like a minimum of one, right? So, yeah, then in doing so, she can also trigger herself, right? So she sacrifices her HP and then allows her to reduce her health to trigger these extra attacks. Then she's immune to control, immune to weakening. That's pretty decent. She has a little adrenaline boost, which like sounds good for PvP, but with units like Red running around, I think it is not that good to have. But I think overall, anti-dodge DPS is just not very well placed in PvP right now. There's not that many dodge units that I can think of that would be used in PvP anyway. So if you're a PvP player, I think you can easily skip Witch Skadi if you want to. Yeah, so that's like the main general gist of her skill kit, right? Her EX triggers off while she's below 10%. So I think you could quite easily trigger like all of this in a crusade raid scenario where, I mean, she's already like reducing her own HP, but to sort of speed it up, if you're trying to do like a one-shot or two-shot kill, then you could use something like a Monica to reduce her health as well, and then use like Maria to buff, because Maria doesn't heal you, whereas Mabel does heal, so that's sort of kind of synergistic. But Maria will do the single target buff and not heal her back up, so that she still can trigger her own attacks. So that's the general gist of Skadi. That's my thoughts on how good she is and her usefulness. So my suggestion at the moment is just to wait for the time being. And most likely just wait for her to go onto standard banner and use your standard tickets. But if you really want to collect all of the Skadis, maybe you just love Skadi, right, and you want to collect them more, then you do you. But I think at the moment she's a skip, and then the other banner here we have is just the previous Valentine Skadi, right? So I think this one is still a skip as well. But again, if you want to collect all the Skadis, then by all means. Additionally, there's another rerun banner here, which is going to be Coast Guard. Now, Coast Guard is for, it's more Crusade raid units, right? So if you really want to do like to push in Crusade raid, then so Coast Guard would be the one that you want to invest in for sure, right? Especially if you're light on resources, like because you're going to have to use crystals, right? So if you don't have enough crystals for like pulling the Skadi, then just skip Skadi and go for Coast Guard instead, because Coast Guard is going to be good for every single raid boss, right? She's just the best investment. But keep in mind, she's not that easy to build, right? You can't just use her out of the box with one, like with no dupes, right? So you'll need either to have books to skill her up, or you need to pull for dupes to skill her up. So that's where it becomes expensive, especially for the transcendent units, right? So for Coast Guard, the bare minimum is rank 4, right? Because that's when she gains her fragile. Prior to this, she has no fragile debuff, and the whole purpose of running her is primarily for fragile. prior to that, she doesn't actually do anything, right? So if you are going to use Coast Guard, you have to get her to the very minimum rank 4. Recommended would be rank 8, because that's when she gets the upgraded fragile, and that's the highest amount she can do with it. And then once you are able to afford it, like it would be a bit more of a luxury, but rank 10 does give you more crit damage buff to your allies, right? So that's also great too. But the most important one would be the fragile debuff, because that one's just irreplaceable. There's very few units that apply it right now, and she out of the ones that do apply it, she's the best one. She also can't get dodged, and she can't well, she breaks immunity, right, with this ability. So she even if the boss has immunity 2, which is the highest, she will still use this on this fragile buff, right? Because this one says bypasses immunity 2, and it also ignores dodge. So she is pretty much the premier crusade unit and usable on every single one. But if you don't care about scoring high and you just want to get by with just making sure you do a hell run on Crusade Wraith, then you don't actually need Coast Guard, and I will just save crystals, right? But yeah, it's mostly if you want to try hard Crusade Wraith, that's when you want to go hard on Coast Guard. And additionally, we have a new side story. This one is similar to the gacha one that we had maybe a month ago or maybe a few weeks ago. So you probably have to spend quite a bit of stamina on this. I didn't see if there was a daily thing here that you can do to get additional currency. It didn't seem like it. So you just put all your spare energy into this, right? So it will last. It seems like 4 weeks. No, 3.5 weeks roughly. Just over 3 weeks. So there's a little bit of time. And that's important because we still have another event here from the past, which is this one to clear the main story. I haven't done all of this yet because we had the double resource last week, so I didn't put any time into this one. But for this week is going to be the last week for this event, so you probably want to make sure you clear at least most of this. You don't have to clear the whole shop, but you definitely want to clear at least these ones that I've done here. You'll probably want the purple reverbs, the blue reverbs, perfect cause, probably this one as well, the resonance factor, the stand potions. Then the rest is sort of like optional, right? So at least get those ones that I mentioned, and then the rest, if you want to get the rest, then go for it. But yeah, make sure you have enough points to buy the rest of the stuff that I mentioned there, because those ones you don't want to miss out on. All right, so that is it for this week. There's no updates on the spreadsheet just yet. I haven't had time to set up anything up for it, but I will talk about just something a little bit of news here with PvP wise. So I am now trying to test out Assault again, and I'm having an okay amount of success at the moment. I'll just show you what I have at the moment. I'm not that high up, but at least I found a team that seems to be working at the moment, but I haven't done that many attacks. So I need to do more attacks to test it out. But this is the rough idea I have. I might swap some things, like I might play around using Transcendent Red in here as well, which will give up some of the assault bonuses, but it might be worth it. I know it's going to take me some time to try it out and see how it goes. But this is what I'm trying out at the moment, because I'm a little bit bored of the guard team. Been playing it so long, and I wanted to get a bit more experience with the other teams to try to see if I can come up with something that works. Then I have a better idea of how the assault team can perform and how to rank stuff for it, right? So that's the general idea I have at the moment. All right, so that's hopefully coming up soon. Once I have a bit more time to watch more replays and see how it plays out. At the moment, I'm just like randomly throwing things together and just praying for the best, right? And I'll watch later to see where it's going wrong. But yeah. Anyway, that is it for this week. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.